Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is finally game week. This is Under the Arch Sports. I'm Eric.
And I'm David.
And Mizzou plays Alabama this Saturday. And we're here to talk about it. Before we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are almost to 100 subscribers. Maybe you could be lucky 100. Now, it's not an easy game one for Coach Eli Drinkwitz and Missouri Tigers. They're playing Alabama, who might be the best team in the country. If they're not, they're close. So what does Missouri do with this? I mean, goodness gracious. Now, we're here to take a look at both sides of the ball here. And Dave, with Missouri offense, things could be really dicey.
Yeah, we don't know what we have with our quarterback situation. Possibility of both guys playing. Rumors that they may not be accurate. They might be. You don't know what you have. Offensive line, lack of depth. There's some injuries and maybe possibly some COVID issues causing our starters to be missing. So it's kind of a hodgepodge of a line thrown together. They haven't worked long together, and I just don't know how much of an impact our offense is going to be, if any, honestly, against this Alabama defense.
Yeah, you know, when you look at the Alabama defense that Missouri offense is going to have to face, the defensive line is almost entirely intact. They lost one guy to the NFL. Everybody else is back from their rotation of 2019. For linebacking core, they had Dylan Moses out for all of 2019 with torn ACL. He's back, so they are replenished at the linebacking position. And their safeties are unproven. They're new. Jordan Battle is the name I saw, he is comparably the wily old veteran, but that means he's played he's not played much. But the other position is uncertain. Like you said, with the offensive line, we don't know if Missouri is going to be able to exploit that weakness. And we say weakness. It's weak comparable to the Alabama line and linebacking core. But yeah, the defense, you're so used to Alabama's defense being just an unstoppable force. But you look at last year, in 2019, the Alabama defense, the rush defense was 37th overall in the country, which over the last 10 years, that's weird.
Well, if you want to look at things, Mizzou was 31.
Exactly, yeah. So, I mean, Mizzou's rush defense, you didn't think dominant, you thought solid. Alabama's rush defense was solid. But compared to what they've been the past 10 years, that's horrible. Dave, what do you think about when Alabama has the ball? What about the Missouri defense?
So I believe the Missouri defense will come in strong again. The biggest issue comes down to, can the offense take up some time on the field so they can get a rest? Alabama still has probably the best running back in the country that Mizzou is going to have to go up against. And again, their line is probably one of the top lines in the country against our defensive line. I know Mizzou didn't have a very good pass rush last year. While they may have been good stopping the run, their pass got exploited a little bit just because they couldn't rush the quarterback. So I feel like Alabama might try get some stuff in the air against Mizzou in order to spread them out and then attack them with the run.
Yeah, you know, when you look at the Alabama offense, you look out at the receiver position, and Jerry Jeudy's gone to the NFL. And instinctively you might think, oh, man, they might take a step back. Well, they still have Devontae Smith out at wide receiver. You might remember him being the receiver who caught the touchdown to win the Natty against Georgia a couple of years ago. But even more dangerous than him is Jalen Waddle. He's a receiver. He's also a return man. And just casually watching football, whenever I happen to be watching a Bama game, if Jalen Waddle got the ball, he was going somewhere with it. He wasn't catching it, taking a couple steps, getting tackled, or catching a punt and immediately getting hit.
That dude
is terrifying. And here's the thing with Alabama. Those two guys are out at wide receiver, but they still have Najee Harris, who everyone thought was going to go to the NFL last year. And everyone was surprised that he came back. He might be the best running back in the country. So even though Mac Jones is new to being the starting quarterback, I mean, he took over when Tua got hurt last year and played the last, I believe it was 5 games and did well. But it's his first time as the full-time starting quarterback, right? Even though he's still new to that position and role, look at the weapons he's got, man. It's almost not fair.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, I want to say Mizzou. I want to say Mizzou has a chance, but just looking at what they're up against, it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah. So now it's time for how this game's going to go. So, Dave, you first. Finish this sentence. Alabama wins if
they show up.
Yeah. It really is as simple as that. And if you're a Missouri fan, that sucks to hear, but let's face it. If Bama brings, I'd say, if they bring a B- game or better, it doesn't matter what Missouri does. So they just need to not turn the ball over, not have 15 penalties, and just play a steady game. Now, what does Missouri need to do to pull off the shocker?
They need to play a near-perfect game. That means no turnovers, no penalties. Our quarterback play has to be on their best performance, if you will. And the same goes with our offensive line. Our defense needs to be able to make 3-and-out stops from time to time to give the offense a chance. I really don't know what else to say other than they just need to play the best they can and hope Bama really has some issues on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, with the Alabama offense, the Missouri defense, I think, will be able to slow them down. I think the defense is good enough to be competitive. They're not going to shut Alabama down, I don't think. It's all about the Missouri offense. Sean Robinson, Connor Bazelak, one or the other or both. They've got to make good decisions with the football. Probably can't afford a single interception in this game. And the offensive line, I mean, the unit's just undermanned, both in terms of sheer numbers and in terms of ability. They've just got to hang in there and give the quarterback a chance. Give Larry Roundtree a chance. And then the playmakers have to make plays. And Missouri has to get some luck.
Real quick, a couple of stats. Since Mizzou has entered the SEC conference in the games that they played against Alabama, they've lost every game by a minimum of 29 points. Another stat is Alabama is 13-0 in openers under bowl teams. So we have that. We have that to look forward to. And in case anybody's wondering, the Vegas line is 27 points right now.
Yeah, the line that the line, I saw lines open at like 21.5, I think was the closest. And yeah, it's just crept up and up and up. And now that it's at like 27, that seems like a better number than 21. Dave, quick prediction. Final score.
Ooh. I'm going to go 49-17.
Yeah, I think you're onto it. I'm going to go 48-16 for Bama. I think the defense is good enough that they'll hold Bama to a couple of field goals instead of all touchdown drives. But yeah, they're going to get worn out at the end and just start giving up chunk plays. I'm sorry for Missouri fans that it's not a happier prediction video for the game one, but you know what? That happens when you're playing Bama.
Well, key points in this: football is back. We got to look at our new coach and how our team might look under him in the future. And with the fact that this does not count against any of the players, we might see a lot of younger players enter this game for Mizzou, which will, in the long run, really help the program out.
Yeah, you are right about that.
Anyway, this is Under the Arch Sports. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as check out all our other social media outlets.
See y'all next time.